Hi there, Jan here. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. And today, hold on, I'm just going to rearrange the legs of the posts of this camera. Let's just see if that's okay, if it's all in shot. It seems to be. Right, okay, so today I'm going to do another little embellishment. Just a little break from some of the other things I've been doing, and I'm going to make one of these. So I thought I'd show you how to do one of these little cute little characters. He's really sweet. Hope you can see him. Hold on, let me see if I can bring him in any closer for you. Hang on. How about that? He's not disappearing yet, is he? Nope. Right, there he is. So I thought I'd show you how to make one of these and a little variation on this as well. Again, it's like the gnome that I did, which is made up of very simple things, and all you need for this character and the little variation today, it's extremely simple to put together. I don't do anything difficult when it comes to these little bits. So let's just move him over here. You need a couple of fluted circles, a couple of straight circles, yeah, you do. And you need a small heart shape. You're going to need a small circular punch. I've also used like a fluted heart shape, but you don't have to. It's the same size as this one here, which I'll tell you in a minute. It's just that one's plain and one's fluted. You don't have to. You can have them both fluted or both plain. And I've also got this flower punch. This is the one that I prefer to use for this project, but if you haven't got this one, but you have got this one will do instead. They're both the same size, just that one's got that sort of little pointy bit and this one hasn't, but it doesn't really make a lot of difference, just that my preference is for this one. So if you haven't got it, that's fine. So your circles and bits and pieces, let me move some of these out of the way for the moment. Oh, I've also used little black gemstones for his eyes, but you can use whatever you want. You can even draw them on if you want to. Right, okay, so let's just move these bits out of the way for the moment. Now there's an optional extra of a little bow if you want to. If you don't want to put a scarf around his neck, you can put a bow around his neck. He looks just as cute with the bow. Look, see? Right, okay, so you're going to need, in order to make, I'm going to make this one here first, who's standing up. Let's put him here. Can you see? Yep. Right, in order to make this, you're going to need 2 circles. So one of these circles in black is 1 inch and the other one is 1 1/4 inches. So just slightly bigger. Let me just make absolutely certain it is 1 1/4, not 1 1/2. Yeah, 1 1/4. So that's these 2 dies. So you want one 1 inch, one 1 1/4 in black. You need 2 hearts. Like I say, either make them both plain or both fluted or one of each, which I'm going to have. And my hearts here measure, they are 1 inch across the widest part, and they are 3/4 of an inch from that dip to that point. So about that sort of size, and actually it's a punch. I've got a punch, so that's what I used. Right, so you need 2 of those. So let's move that. You're going to need another one of these circles in the main colour that you want for his hat, and you're going to want another one, but I'll show you how to cut it particularly, for the brim of the hat, so a slightly different shade or something. So cut one of these for the hat and scarf, and cut one sort of in a different colour for the brim of the hat. Right, just noticed that I haven't cut something. so I'm going to do that as we go. You're going to want 2 of these small circles, and these are my 3/8 of an inch punch, so you're going to want 2 of those. You're going to want, if you do both penguins, you're going to need 1 of these, which is a fluted circle, and this is, hold on, knocking the camera everywhere, this is 1 3/8 from its widest point, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 1 3/8 from its widest curve to its widest curve, and you're going to need half of that. So I've just cut it in half, okay, for one of the penguins. For the other penguin, you're going to need a slightly smaller fluted, which is this one, which I think is about 1 inch. And you're going, yeah, it's 1 inch, and you're going to need half of that as well, which is here. Hold on. So one of them, if you're going to do the standing up one, you've got this one, this size, and if you're going to have a sitting down one, you're going to need this one. And both of those are in orange. So that is my standing up one, and that's my sitting down one. He can sit down over there. Now you're also going to need a strip of the same colour as your hat and scarf. That's this strip, and that's 1/4 of an inch wide, and 1 piece, and then I'm going to cut it at 3/4 of an inch and 1 inch. So let me just work out what my scarf is. Oh, it's the red one in this. So I'm just going to cut 1/4 of an inch strip. I'm just going to guess it for now. Yeah, about there, I think. And make it about 1 3/4 inches long. Just cut a piece out, and cut a piece about 3/4 of an inch, and another one about 1 inch, like that. That one's longer, so I'll just cut that one down. So just cut that one down to there. I'm going to have to do the same with the other. Oh, look, it's still longer. It must have been very long. Cut another bit off. Thought I've got it all sorted, all arranged. But anyway, so it's just about 1/4 of an inch, you know, in it. And what you want to do is at one end of both pieces is to simply snip off that corner, not as if you was making a really tiny tag, like that. Hold on, like that. And you do that with the other longer piece as well. So I'm just going to snip off the corner and snip off the other corner. You don't have to make it go into the middle. You need a little flat bit there in the middle as well. Right, okay, so this is simplicity itself. Let's just get started with the assembly. So the first thing you're going to need, we're going to cut this in half. Can you see what I'm doing? Yep, we're going to cut this in half, straight up the middle, point to point, like that. Okay, and with our small half circle, half fluted circle, we're going to do the same. And my one's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little, you know, little curvy bits, so it makes it easy for me. I'm just going to go in the 4th one, and I'm going to go straight up there, cut it in half. So I now have 2/4 of the circle, and then what I'm going to do is just gently round the top edge. You don't have to you know, cut a load off of it or anything. You just gently round the top edge. That's probably a bit too much, but I'll do less on the other one, just because I'm trying to do it at arm's length. And this one here, the same. You just sort of cut the point off and round it like that. Okay. Right, okay, now another fiddly bit is, you know, the I said about you need one of these from that punch, one of these cut out, and it looks like that when you've cut it out. Well, what I need you to do is to cut off 2 of these, but where you cut them is, let's find the spare bit, which I hope you can see. Like I say, I can't zoom in on anything, so I just have to keep holding it up to the camera. So if you can see on this one here, it bulges out and then goes into a point. So just above where it bulges out, you need to cut that straight off for 2 of them, okay? So that you end up with 2 pieces that look like this. So you keep the bulge bit on like that, and you just cut above the bulge just very slightly, and you want 2 the same like that, and that's going to be for his little beak. Okay, so I'll show you again as we're going along, and I hope you do get it as we're going along. You can just do 1 if you want to, but on this one you'll see that he's got like a little beak that's, you know, a proper beak, and I think it looks quite cute actually. Right, so now on these circles, these are going to be for his ear warmers. Now you can leave them as circles like this, but I think it looks, personally, I think it looks a little bit better if you just shave a bit off of one side of the circle. So you just cut a very small bit off of one side of each of the circles. So basically we have that, and the piece that I've cut off is so tiny, it's that piece there, but it sort of flattens out one side so that it's, you know, it was like this, like that, and then I just cut off a tiny bit from the center to the other center, in, you know, like in half, but just a tiny little bit. Try not to cut it as a straight line. I mean, it's not the end of the world if it is a straight line. This is just a little little critter, but yeah, it just try and curve it a bit if you can. So you've got 2 of those, and these 2 pieces here which we don't need, so we'll get rid of those at the moment. That's just to show you how big they are. This one here, this is going to be his scarf. Excuse me. This one's going to be his scarf, but it isn't his scarf because I didn't cut that. Okay, I'll get round to this in a minute. Take no notice of me. I've got to cut a couple of pieces. Okay, so his scarf is going to be the same colour as his hat, which is this one here, like this. Okay. Oh, that's the brim of his hat. That's right. Right, so I'll just show you how I did this. So I've got the same size 1-inch circle, which is this one here. And then I cut the 1-inch circle out of a piece of paper, you know, with my die cutting machine. And then I moved it down. So when you take it off, let me find the circle that fits in it if I can, to put it up somewhere. You have to excuse me today, I've got a rotten cold, but yeah, I wanted to do this, so hopefully it's going to be okay. No, can't find the other circle. Right, anyway, okay, so I cut the circle out like that, and then there it is. So there's my circle that I've cut out. Hold on, to put it round like that. So I've cut my circle out like that, and then I have moved my die just down slightly and cut another circle, but without this in it. Okay, so basically I've extended the circle, and the bit I've got is that, but I did it out of a different colour paper. Obviously I'll show you a bit more as we go on. All will become clear. as we go on. I'm hoping anyway. So now basically it's just about assembling it, and it is so simple. Right, okay, so we will start with his little face because he's cute. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'll get the smooth heart shape, and I'm going to stick it to this 1-inch circle. So we just need a little bit of glue. Hold on, a little bit of glue. Like I say, I'm really sorry about the sniffing, but, and also I'm going to take a little drink a couple of times just to try and ease my throat a bit. I think it's the changes in the weather. We've got so many different, I mean, one day it's like really warm sun, and the next day it's freezing cold, got the heating on. Right, okay, so I'm going to place this circle, place this heart with the bottom of the heart barely touching the bottom of the circle, and try and sort of center it up so you've got a tiny little bit of black showing around the top of the heart, like that. Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing I'm going to do is make his little beak. So now you need these 2 tiny pieces, this one and this one, which I hope you can see okay. And basically I'm going to stick one on top of the other one, but I'm going to leave like a little millimetre gap. So I'm going to put this one on top of this one, but just with a little millimetre gap. I mean, I'm holding it at arm's length so I can't see it, but it will be lined up as it's done. All right, and that just gives you a, it looks like he's got 2 parts to his beak as opposed to one. But you can, like I say, you can just do it with 1 piece if you want to. It's just that, you know, with my shaky hand syndrome, I love fiddling about with tiny things. Oh God, it's such a laugh. See that? I couldn't even get that, put that down. Right, okay, so I'm going to get the other piece of the beak, like eventually. I hope you don't mind me laughing on my own videos. And I'm going to line it up so that it is about, oh, a millimetre, if that. It's almost exactly the same. Almost. Let's just get that off of there. Right, I again will try and show you. Let's put it on a bit of, see if I've got a bit of white and black paper that might help. I don't know if this is going to help, but we'll soon see. Get on there. Right, okay, now let me see how close I can get it. Hopefully you can see it. Okay, so that's what it looks like. And where we're going to stick this beak is in line with the bottom of that heart and the top of that heart, like that, but in the middle of his face. So there's quite a big gap of like the heart down the bottom. All right, so try and get it centered up, and obviously the shorter piece, the piece that comes up, goes in the middle. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue on here. I hope you're enjoying this embellishment series that I'm doing. I'm pretty much doing one a day, maybe one every couple of days if I'm stuck with, you know, cutting out embellishments, cutting out little bits, because all I've got is a little hand, well, big hand. I've got a Sizzix hand cutter, and you know, how many times have we kicked ourselves, I suppose, thinking when we come to cut a load of things out, why didn't I buy 2 or 3 of these dies? They're so useful, and I could run 2 or 3 through at the same time, you know. You don't think of it at the time, do you? Right, okay, so put that aside. That's the face. Now we're going to do his little body. And his little body, I've used the fluted heart, but you don't have to. You can use another plain heart. It's both the same size. They're not a problem. Bit of glue. And this one I'm going to stick with the right smack in the middle of the circle. Okay? So there's the same sort of gap all the way around. Like that. yeah. And then I am going to, his little feet that we cut out, I'm going to get his little feet and I'm going to put them on the bottom so he can stand up. And I'm going to leave a little gap in the middle like we did with the gnomes. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue on the inside edge here, and I'm going to leave a little gap in the middle, just like we did with the gnomes, as I say. Right, so I'm going to pop that about there, That's it. Looks all right, doesn't it? And the other one, I'm going to do exactly the same thing, leave a little gap and pop it that side. So we're just going to glue in the centre bit around the top, like that. Okay. And I'm going to pop that on there, like that. These little penguins I think are so cute, honestly. I think you can do so many things with them on a card. The other thing I was thinking of, I haven't got any actually, but I was thinking about it, was getting googly eyes for them. Or another thing you can do is cut really big eyes with a single punch, like that, in the white, right? When you stick them on, just draw a black dot, like he's cross-eyed or he's looking up or he's looking over or something like that. Right, okay, so this is his body. We're going to attach his wings. No, I'm going to attach them last. So the first thing I'm going to do, go back to his hat and his head, and that's his hat. I'm going to cut it in half. Let's put a doodah in there. Stainless steel pins are so much cheaper on Amazon nowadays. You didn't used to be able to buy them. They used to be about, oh my goodness, almost £1 each, I think. So, right, okay, I'm going to cut this in half. But if you don't get stainless steel pins for your little glue bottles, the glue goes brown and it's disgusting. Right, so now I'm going to pop his hat behind his head. It doesn't need to be much sticking out, just about, ooh, 1/4 of an inch at the top part there. Yeah, because the other part is going to be covered up by the brim of the hat. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue on his head, son, for you footballer watchers out there. Right, and I'm just going to line it up about just where those the top of the hearts go. Yeah, so there's about 1/4 of an inch there. Don't worry about the fact that there's bits sticking out the side here, because that's going to be covered up by the brim. Yeah. Sorry, excuse me. Right, so the brim, which I showed you how I cut it before, is like that. So it's going to go up a bit further, and basically where it comes to, so this is about 1/4 of an inch here as well, where it comes to is it just covers that peak of that heart, although you don't have to. I mean, on this one here I haven't, you can still see the heart, so it could go up there. It's just that I've stuck the hat there. But yeah, so I'm going to kind of line this up the best I can, really, to try and mask the sides like that. Yeah. So there's going to be the tiniest little overlap, and then on the other side there isn't, so it's absolutely minute, but we're just going to trim it off in a minute. So you can bring it down a bit. Okay, it's a bit of trial and error really in order to get this sort of right. Okay, let's put some glue on there. You'll get a few wonky looking hats to start with. The other thing you can do is put one of those, is make one out of a triangle, you know, like the gnome hat that we did. So let's just get that lined up. See, so on mine I can just see the peak there, whereas on this one here I could see quite a bit of it, because this is smaller than this. But like I say, it's just trial and error. Yeah. So now I don't know if you can see, put it on my hand, I have the tiniest little overlap there, and that will get on my nerves, so I'm going to just trim that off. So I'm just going to make it like straight, really, because it doesn't matter. There's tiny one the other side, and I'm going to do the same with that and all. There, like that. Right? Okie dokie. So now he needs to have a little scarf on, and the way that I'm going to do that is I've got this other half of this circle here, and I am going to cut from one corner to the other corner, but a little shallow dip. Okay, you can draw it first if you want to, like you can put something on there and draw it. Let's see if I can do that. Just turn it over, and I will get that small where's the small circle die? There it is. Whoops, there's the small circle die, and I will just put that just overlapping it a little bit like that, just so it's a tiny bit, you know, like if you was making a pocket or something and you want to put a little punch hole for the thumb hole, just do it like that. So it's just a tiny little bit like that. Hold on, so I will draw around it and you might be able to see it a bit better. So a bit like that. So either side of it you've got a little gap, so it's like a square, squared off here and here. Again, let me see if I can hold it up. My camera only zooms to 5 and I need it to zoom to about 500. But one of these days I shall be good at it. That's what I keep telling myself anyway. Right, so I'm just going to cut that little tiny semicircle out. I've tried it a few different ways. I tried a few ways of not having to bother cutting the semicircle out, but it, you know, you can get away with it, but it just doesn't, it looks better if you do, basically. So we end up with that shape. So it's got like a little moon cut out of it. Where's the bit I've just cut out? That's gone. Never mind, I was going to show you the little piece that I've cut out, but it's disappeared. But anyway, that's the bit I've got. Let's just flatten that edge out a bit. Don't forget you can ink all of this stuff to give it, you know, like shape and stuff like that if you want to. Right, now that's going to be his little scarf, and it's going to go like that. But I'm going to stick it to the body. So there's his body. Going to put his head on. Now the top of this, the bottom of this point here of the heart should just fit in that gap of that heart. So you put his head on over the top and you should just cover up that heart, so it's like that, right? Then you need to pop his scarf bit underneath if you can, just to line it up, because this is the bit we're going to stick. So we want his little scarf in there, just a little bit like that, yeah, like that. There we go. So that basically telling me it's going to come to there, which basically kind of just covers the top of that heart. So it's going to go there. It overlaps each side there and there. Don't worry about that. So just hold it there, maybe put a little mark on the side here, because this is where we're putting the scarf towels. That's fine. And you can mark up the top. That's fine. It's covered by his head. Right. So, bit of glue. Little bit of glue. Yeah, as I say, I really hope that you are giving some of these embellishments a try, because they're like really easy to do. Even the ones I showed you with the poinsettias and putting them on cards and things like that, they're really easy to do. If you don't fancy doing them though, anything that I show on the channel and that here is going to be for sale. I'll package it up and put it up for sale, because that's what I want to do now, is make embellishments for card makers, because mainly because out of frustration, because I couldn't find anything, you know, for them, and it was like all scrapbookers, which is fine, which is lovely, you know, I'm glad scrapbookers do it, but it was like, you know, there's nothing for us, sort of thing. Right, so before you, no, after you've stuck that down, then in that case we're going to stick this bit of the scarf on. So you want the shortest bit, and we're going to put it on here at a slight angle, so that you see where I've cut those. I hope this is showing up actually, didn't even think about this, but you see where I've cut these angle bits off. You want the angle bit, the point here and here, to come level with the top of this scarf for the underneath piece. So it's like that, and then just kind of arrange it at an angle. I was thinking, if you've got the patience, you can sit there and cut a little fringe on the bottom of this scarf as well if you wanted to. But I probably would, but I won't have the time to do it in this video. So I am trying, I promise, to keep these videos short, but I'm not having much success at the moment. So come out the way. So that is going to go up there, sort of level with that. Whoops, get in place. Don't mess about, just because you're on camera. So yeah, the bottom of this, if you've got patience, you could just cut it like a fine fringe. And the other one, again, I'm just going to glue that top bit there, like that. Just down there a bit. And I'm going to pop this a bit lower. I'm going to cut a bit off the bottom actually, because it's a bit long. It's all over his feet. Don't want him falling over. So I'm going to cut a fair bit off of that. That was just a guesstimate that I did anyway, because I didn't have any, I didn't measure it. And I'm just going to put it at a little jaunty angle, as they say. Right, his head can now go on top of that. Sorry, his head, that's why I didn't stick that other one down. Right, okay, I have stuck this one down, which I didn't mean to. So I'm just going to stick his head onto his body there. When I come to do the other one, I will remember to put the scarf on first, and then cut his, and then stick his head on. Right, hold on, so that goes there. So I'm showing you kind of roughly how to do it. And you just overlap it, and you put it right where that piece of that heart would have gone, yeah? So it goes sort of like, move over, you're not in line. You're looking all wobbly. A wobbly penguin. Okay, so that goes there. I mean, it don't look bad even like that. It's just that I quite like his scarf up to his ears. And then I'm just going to trim this scarf off so that it just fits in there like that. Just trim these 2 points off so it fits in there like that, yeah? And then the last thing to do is to attach the wings. So we're going to take the half of the heart, and that's going to be his little shoulders, and we're going to put that there. So I'm going to, oh no, we've still got his earmuffs to do. So you just need a bit of glue on the inside edge of that heart, yeah? And pop it underneath everything. It doesn't want actual shoulders, but try and make it disappear as much as you can into his neck. But do have the angle sticking out a bit, so he's just flapping his little wings like that. Don't know what's happened to the bottom of that one. It's not a point anymore, it's fell off. But anyway, so it should look like this, so they stick out. So he's got slight shoulders, but his wings stick out. Hold on, get rid of some glue. And this one here, I'm going to do the same. It's the other side of the heart. Just going to put a dab of glue on there like that, and I'm going to pop his, it's easier to do it like this way round, by sticking his wings on afterwards, because you can get them lined up better. Let's bring it up past his scarf, so his wings come up to his ears actually. There's no little no neck. There we go. There we go, like that. And then we have got his little earmuffs. So if you have cut off this side and made it a bit flatter, the flat side goes to his face. I'm actually going to cut a little tiny bit more off of that, because it's not much at all. It's almost, I mean, you could, to be honest with you, you could actually just cut the circle in half. It does the same sort of job, you know. And we're just going to attach his little earmuffs. I've put him in his little Christmas suit, but you could use any colours you like. I mean, that one there in blue is cute. And you just attach his earmuffs like that. Press that down. Oh, how cute is that? Little earmuffs on, how sweet. And I'm going to just cut a little bit off of this one as well, because they're just a bit too bulgy. There we go. Put a bit of glue on there, like that, and pop that on the other side. There we are. He's got his little earmuffs. Oh, how cute. Whoops, move it up. Your earmuff slipped, mate. Right, okay, like that. And if you didn't want him to have earmuffs on, you just wanted it to be just, you didn't want him to have a hat on, you just wanted earmuffs, all you need to do is this band, this hat bit here, instead of cutting it in half, or instead of sticking it halfway down, just stick it so there's a tiny little bit sticking out like that above his head, and that way it looks like he's got earmuffs with an earband on. Right, let's have a look at him. Yeah, he's very cute. Right, let's get his little pom-pom. I've got some of these, and I thought I would use them for snowballs, like they're gonna, on the card, they're gonna chuck snowballs at each other. I thought that would work out nice. I'll give him a little red one so it differentiates from his little snowballs. So that's going to go on top of his hat, like that, up there. Move out the way, glue. I have got some, what's that? Fabric-Tac. I'm not using that at the moment. I'm trying, oh, there it is. Trying to use up my 3-in-1 at the moment. So I'm going to put a little dab of glue on the very, very tip, like that. Oops, don't want any strings. Pop his bobble on top of his hat, like that. Sorry, you can hear my dog barking. It's the Amazon bloke. I bet he thinks he lives here. Right, so you can put any size little eyes you want. I am going to use, see, it looks like that with the tiny eyes. I think that's a bit too small for me. I've got that size, which I like. That's the same size as that. So yeah, I'm going to use this sort of size here. And I'm just going to, right, his eyes. Oh, do you know what I've forgotten? Goodness me. How stupid am I? He hasn't got any pink cheeks because he's out in the cold and he needs his little pink cheeks. So I'm just going to give him little pink cheeks. Ideally, you do this before you stick the beak on, and certainly before you stick anything else on. Yeah, so where's his eyes? Where did I put them? There's one. And ideally, when you place his eyes, I mean, you can place them anywhere you like actually, but ideally they should come not far short of the corner of that, corner of his beak, because that's where they look cutest. There's one. Oh, and there's the other one. So I'm going to give him little eyes that go on there like that, just off the corner of his beak. Oops, he looks a bit cockeyed. Oops, I'm laughing at my own jokes now. It's getting late here, that's why. And I've been doing stuff all day. Oops, sit on there. It's just because it's not dry. But anyway, so yeah, it's a little Christmas penguin as a mate for him. Right, and I'll just very quickly go through the other one. I won't go through all the procedures because you've seen it. Oh, hold on, I'm going to give him a snowball in his hand so he can throw it at his brother. Because the one sitting down in a minute is going to be his little brother. Right, bit of 3-in-1. There we go. There's his snowball. Watch out, brother. Glue. Like I said before, I have to do everything in my tweezers. It's good though, it keeps everything clean and tidy. It's just that, you know, unfortunately, everything shakes. Right, let's move all this lot out of the way so I can make it a bit clearer. Right, let's do the little sitting down one. So the main difference to this sitting down one is that where I used the little small fluted circle cutout for this one, and I cut, if you remember, I cut it in half and then I cut it in quarters. For this one, I'm going to use the bigger fluted circle, the one that is, what did I say, 1.5 inches across, something like that. But the process is the same, 1.25 inches across. But the process for this is the same. I'm going to cut it in half, only this time, and then I'm going to cut it in quarters, which gives me 4 toes per quarter, 4 little loops per quarter. But then nobody's going to notice. I'm going to cut 1 toe off, but take it up to the top point like that. So he's only got 3 toes, but when he stands up, he's miraculously got 4. Okay? Don't ask me how that happened. It just did. Look at me laughing at my own jokes. Right, so from the bottom, I'm going to cut 1 toe off. So he's now got 3, but he's got big feet. And that foot there is just going to get curved at the bottom. Just take the tiniest bit off that you can to make it curved. Okay, so that's what that one's going to look like. Go there. Don't stick to the work surface. Right, so again, the process, oh, looks like I've already done it on this one. But anyway, that was just to show you how to do it. So the process is the same. We're going to stick his face on. I'm going to try and remember to, oh no, I'm not actually, because on this one I'm going to put a bow instead of a scarf, just to show you what it looks like. Because then you could have boy and girl ones. The little girl one could have a bow. You could make all sorts of little faces, couldn't you, when you think about it. So this one here, it's going to go at the bottom. The heart's going to go at the bottom. Don't overlap it though, just leave a little gap. Just have it at the bottom like that one. And on his body, it's going to go right smack in the middle. Her body. Let's make her a her. So this is going to go here. So he's going to, these 2 brothers are going to throw snowballs at their sister. Not very nice, is it? I'll give her some snowballs as well. Give her a pile of them. Imagine that on a card, sitting down with like a big pile of snowballs. Right, okay, so that's that. We're going to do the beak exactly the same. Put 1 beak on top of the other one. Like I say, you only need 1. You only need 1. But I just think it looks better with 2. Just looks more beak-like to me with 2. I don't know what I've done here, but anyway, I'm going to stick 1 down to the centre of her face in the middle, trying to get it to line up so the point lines up with that. But like I say, if you haven't got this shaped flower, I think most people have got that one, and that works just as well. It just hasn't got that, you know, very shaped. Right, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on top of this one. Just on the line like that. Going to put the other beak on top. I probably asked you before, but I'm going to say it again. I probably have to say it on every video at the moment. I'm really trying to grow my channel and I need your help, please. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like and subscribe. If you like it, of course. If you think it's a load of old rubbish, then of course not. But if you do like it, please leave me a thumbs up and subscribe. And try and share it with people in your groups, or I don't know if groups will allow you to do it, but try and share it with friends and things like that if you can. That'd be so helpful. Right, okay, there's her hat. She's got a green hat on, and I can give her a bit bigger hat because I don't need to cut it in half because I'm not using it for the scarf. So I'm going to pop that on there. She can have a bigger hat, so I don't need the other half of it. I'll glue across here. So I'm going to put this about a third of the way down, I'd say. A third of the way. It really needs to come on something like this, like you need it to disappear. So I don't know if you can see that, but it kind of disappears. So on the back it's about that much and it disappears. Then we get the brim of the hat. She's got tartan brim to her hat, and pop that on there like that. She's got little red ear warmers to match what I've got as being a red bow, but I could change it for a green one. But let's see how the red one goes first. So you bring this down to sort of frame her face, you know, so that's where you get this one. It's not as big as this one, or I've put it a bit higher up than that one. Hang on, let's move it down a bit if I still can. Yeah, like that. Yeah. Right, don't forget she needs nice little pink cheeks. See, I can hear you shouting at me because I forgot all about it again. It doesn't matter if the pink goes off the side of the face, it's just cute, you know, or where her eyes go, it's just cute. Right, okay, let's cut my black heart in half. My black heart, which I assure you I haven't got. Whoops. There we go. Cut that in half. Like that. That's her little arms. She's got 4 feet here. I don't know how I ended up with 4 feet, but there you go. Right, so now I am going to pop her head on top of her body because I'm not worrying about a scarf. So what I would have done if I was worrying about a scarf, what I should have done on this one is pop the scarf on first and then put the head on. But so this one here, I'm just going to bring this point here down to that point there. All right, let's just pop a bit of glue, a dab of glue on there like that. And I'm going to line that up. I mean, you can put it at any angle. She can be looking very cute like that. But I'm just going to have her looking forward for the moment. Okay, like that. She looks like she's got hairnet on, doesn't she, at the moment? Oh, please. Right. Let's give her her ear warmers. I can see I've trimmed these ones correctly. So I'm going to give her a little ear warmers. That basically, the ear warmers just, I don't know if you can see, I don't know if you can see actually, but where this brim of the hat covers the hat and starts to go into her face, that's where the ear warmers go. So let's get ear warmers. These little penguins are so cute, I think, honestly. I couldn't find anything that I really liked when I was looking, so I just got the dies out and had a go. And I've been fiddling about drawing it and making prototypes all morning actually. Let me show you one. That's one I did to start with, and I drew his eyes on and I cut a straight band for his hat, but I didn't like it, so yeah, so I changed him. I prefer the curved hat myself. Yeah, but you can just do it like the gnome hat was. You can use a heart, a large heart. No, I think you can use that size heart actually. Do it like that and cut the base of the heart off, and that gives you that sort of pointy hat shape. And then all you need to do is put a little white band across it for the brim. That way they've got Christmas hat on. So you can do so many things with these. Like I say, the expressions and all that, you know, you can have them like right comical. Right, let's try and get this lined up. That needs to go there. There we go. Press all that down. That needs to dry and set up, which I'm not allowing it to. There we go. Are they level? Pretty much. I mean, they're a little bit out, but not so as you'd notice. Not enough to fiddle about with. Right, okay, so now we've got a little feet, and I am going to, so where you curve this bit here, I'm also going to take a tiny minute little bit off of these little sides here as well. I'm just going to cut them straight, just the minutest bit, just so that they don't look like triangles. Yeah, so that's that one, and this is the other one, so the tiniest minutest bit like that. I hope you can see, but I do appreciate that this is like not on Zoom. Right, okay, so we're just gonna apply the same principle, but this time she's gonna have her feet up in the air like that. Yeah, try and get it just a little tiny bit lower than the base there, like that. So we're going to put the glue on, where am I going to put the glue? I'm going to put the glue on this side because it's going to be stuck to her body. And to be honest, this glue I'm using Cosmic Shimmer. It kind of dries clear anyway, so it's not the end of the world if you do get too much glue on it. Just blot it off, and then when it dries you won't be able to see it. And this one here, I'm going to put the glue on the opposite edge, like that. Oops, get that off of there. Put that, I hope this is not too long again, this video. I mean, I do try my best, but I waffle a bit. But you're seeing it made in real time, and that's the difference. So, okay, I'm going to stick her bow on, give her a little bow. And then I'm going to do, last of all, I'm going to do a little, so I'm going to bring her bow up to just under her little beak. That's where the scarf goes as well. Bow, because my glue has decided to leak all over the place. It's the trouble with this 3-in-1 or Fabric-Tac. It's a bit of a nuisance for doing that. This was them hundreds of bows I sat there and made one evening. I've got a lot of fussy cutting to do in front of the Netflix tonight. Right, so there's our little bow. There we go, and now I can fix her shoulders on because you can see where to place them better. So I'm just going to put a little dab of glue in those corners, pop them underneath here. So she's got little tiny shoulders underneath her bow. Her little wings sticking out. And same with this one. Little dab of glue in that corner. Pop that underneath. Well, if I put that down, then I can put the body, the main part of the body on top. So I'm not going to give her big shoulders like a big muscle man. So there, like that. Oh, look how cute she is. She looks very cute. Right, now all I've got to do now is put her little pom-pom on her hat. Let's give her a red one again. Come on, it won't come out at all now, look. Typical, typical. Or you can put anything on the top. Put a little tiny star or, you know, whatever you like, really. Just want a little bit of glue. Come on. Little bit of glue. Come on, don't play up. Because you know I'll use the other one. No, it's not going to play the game. Fair enough, don't bother me. Let's have a go at this one. This one does sticks it down brilliantly. It's just that it takes a little bit longer to dry, so you know, you just got to be a bit more careful with it. There's a little pom-pom on her hat. Like that. And then we just got to find her some little eyes. Let me see, have I got any more of these? If not, she's going to have little eyes. Yeah. Because all I've got left in that pack at the moment is just the tiny eyes. Can't see any bigger ones. Unless they're massive. Oh, there's one. Is there another one? No. Not worth trying. Right, okay, let me find two eyes in here. Sorry about the noise. They're too big. That's the size I need. Where are they? These are the ones I need. Sorry about this, guys. I can't even edit it out. Right, so I need these ones. And I am going to put them. Come on, little one. It's the trouble. They kind of partially stick and then they don't stick. And right, let's put that in the corner. There, and the other one in the other corner. The other thing you can do, if you want to make them wink, is you just need to put one eye on and the other eye, you just draw a little semicircle at the bottom of where the eye would have been with a black pen, and that way you get they look as if they're winking, which is so cute. Should have had a few faces mocked up. Maybe I'll put a few photos on my Facebook group of some different face expressions you can do. Right, so guys, that's it for today. I hope you like them. When I put her on a card, she's going to have a little pile of snowballs at the side of her, ready to chuck back at her brother. Because they've obviously got one each, which is not fair. Hold on, where's his one? Let's give him one and all. This is their cousin. He's not, his mum hasn't dressed him up in the Christmas clothes, so it's their cousin who's come to visit. But these two are brother and sister. And of course the boys are up to all sorts. And they think they're going to ambush their sister, but little do they know that she has got a pile of snowballs behind her. and she is not averse to letting them have it. Right, so there we go. There's 3 little penguins today. Actually, I think you could stack them, make a little group out of them like that on a long slim card. You can put them together holding hands with the snowballs ready to throw at you. Do whatever you like with them, really. Okay, so I hope that was useful to you. Next time I think I might do polar bears, but anyway, we'll see how I get on. Okay, thanks very much for watching. Take care. Bye now.